looking back on your life and writing this story? Was it joyful? Was it painful? Was it tears? Was it laughter? Was it all of that?
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
What if life's greatest adventure didn't begin with a journey, but discovering who you truly are? I'm Logan Crawford, and right now we are talking with a terrific author. Her name is Katharina Ioannou, and she has written a wonderful book. It is called Whispers in the Snow. It is a moving novel inspired by a remarkable real-life story that spans post-war Austria, the promise of London, heartbreaking loss, enduring faith, and the lifelong search for home and identity. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her on TV today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Katharina, thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're welcome.
This is quite an amazing story. What made you decide to look back on your life and share this story with the world?
Well, depending on my age, I said, what could I produce? You don't go to work anymore. So I said, I reflect on my life. And that's how I started. I must admit there are certain things one actually forgets into detail. But the main story is what happened to me.
Yeah. And you were born in Austria in
Yes,
1945, just after World War II, during a
yeah.
very uncertain time, a troubled time. Talk to us about how those early experiences shaped you as a person.
Well, the early experiences in the countryside, I can only tell you maybe from between 7 and 8, 7 and 10, somewhere there, because before that, one doesn't really remember. I have to listen to what I'm told that happened, yeah? So I'm listening to the way I was born, a little uncertain, yeah. And then as life went on, which is very everyday life, you have to look after your animals, you have to walk to school. It's very limited, the things you can do, besides play ball with yourself or whatever. There are no neighbors around. There's maybe another farm somewhere, yeah. Until I was about 21. I did go to school, my secondary and all that. Took some jobs on, and then it was very fashionable to be an au pair in England. Very fashionable. So there we go. I decided I shall do that too. And I did go, and I never went back. I did enjoy life here very much, and ending up with different little jobs until I found my husband. I got married, had my children, and then many things happened in between, of course. You don't want to know everything, do you now?
Well, we'll save some of it for the book, but we do want to know a lot of it today. What gave you the courage to make that choice to leave Austria and go to London at a relatively young age?
Yes, I was 21. Well, the choice, it happened really of a sudden because I had school friends that have been, and they stayed usually for a year. That was the allowance. So I came for a year and I applied to be able to work here, which I got. But you know, those days, you had to go every year to get the permission. So there we go. I stayed. I changed jobs, of course, ended up in catering. When I got married, we ended up in property. And that's how it went on for quite a while, till my children went about in late 20s. And I lost my husband. And then it was rather sad, really. One of my children behaved very, well, I couldn't even understand it. I wanted to build a little company, so we worked together. So we would have been 3 of us. I can always do easy jobs and they can do the main thing. And what she did in the money-wise. And I made her director of the company. I was already 60 and more. So, but she then took advantage of the fact that she borrowed more money. They put it all to the companies. And when we found out she had to leave, that won't work, we have to dissolve everything. We had to sell it. She wanted to go to Serbia. She bought property there. So we were left with very little. So that's how it all ended between us.
Very, very sad. Very,
That
very
was very
sad.
sad because I would know she was one of the cleverest of the four of them. She was very good in music. She was good in drawing. And she wanted to raise dogs. And she went over there. So there we go.
Yeah. And at that point, she was just out of your life?
Sorry?
At that point, she was just out of your life. She had moved away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She moved away, but I haven't seen her since.
Awful. Awful.
No.
It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking.
So anyway, she left it too.
Speaking of heartbreaking, you lost your husband at a
Yes,
relatively young age as well.
Yes.
Talk to
Yes,
us about how that event changed both your life and impacted this book, of course, as well.
It happened rather suddenly. I never knew he had a problem. It happened suddenly that he had to go into hospital for some discomfort. And he was diagnosed with, I don't even know what you call it, something blood. They couldn't help
When
it.
you lean to the side, we can't hear you. You need to,
Sorry.
yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
no worries, no worries. So your husband was diagnosed with an illness, and how old was he when he passed?
The same. We were the same age, 54. Yeah. And of course, we were all there, but there's nothing they could do. And actually, the whole situation was so quiet that we used to stay overnight, but there was no conversation going on. It was really strange. It was really strange. It's like nobody could really believe it's so serious. Yeah. So he passed away very quietly. But then I did not stay there and cry. I dashed out of the hospital screaming my head off. And the nurse that stood there, she looked at me, she thought I was bonkers. But of course, she wasn't aware what happened. So that was it. And you have to get used to it. Slowly. Yeah. And then a few years later, I started having problems, health problems as well. So I must say that all these years I have been fine, even with the and everything. And then suddenly problems started. And well, I've managed them and I'm still around. So now it's rather very quiet. And I was thinking to reflect on all of my life's happenings. I write a little story.
Yeah,
It keeps me busy too. Yeah.
How much of the story, how much of the book is true?
All of it.
All of it. Okay.
All of it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing life. It reads like a novel, but it's nonfiction, which is really, really interesting. You say your values and your beliefs kept you focused through good times and bad. Talk to us a little bit about what principles have guided you throughout your life.
Well, you see, the principles, I mean, they're very basic. If you're occupied with self-employed, you have your time when you have to go to work. We work together. We were lucky to organize the hours with my husband. So I had the time to take my children, look after the children, and go back. Maybe it was catering. So we were also busy in the evenings, and help him out further. And that's how we went on for quite a few years. And that's how it stayed until I went to Cyprus for 6 years. And that was in the early 90s. There were money problems. So I stayed there for 6 years, which was lovely. Came back and we changed one or two properties we had into studios. And that's how we managed. We were renting, whatever you call it, And that lasted quite a while, even when I was alone. But because of my daughter, we had to give it up because we couldn't pay the differences she put together, which we didn't know of. I mean, money-wise, she was taking advantage.
Yeah. Amazing. What was it like looking back on your life and writing this story? Was it joyful? Was it painful? Was it tears? Was it laughter? Was it all of that?
I don't know. I wasn't sad. I was sad when I lost my husband, of course, but one learns somehow, if you have problems, to overcome them, and you don't have to let go of what you believe and how you feel. You know it's sad, but everybody has a sad time, so you have to keep going because you have to keep going. Yeah, you can't just say, I sit there. I don't know, maybe it's belief. Just believe that everything is okay, or I believe it will be better. And so you don't go down the wrong road and say, oh my God, I don't care now and I'm going to do this or that, which doesn't give you any profit after, a benefit. Let's put it that way.
Talk
So
to us
that's
about the book title. It's a beautiful title, Whispers in the Snow. What does that mean?
what it says. Whispers, somebody may walk into the snow. I used to walk in the snow to school when I was just about 6. I started school, yeah. That's reminded me of the snow because it was hard from the farm to walk down the hill. My mother used to take me with a sleigh down that area, and I had to cross the road and walk up the other hill to the school. So that you remember, that I remember. But before that, it's difficult. After that, is the usual thing. Again, school, home, school, home. So you don't really ever get in your head that you want to do something different. Even if you want to, there was no time for it. It wasn't the right time. It came along later when I was grown up. And I said, because of the stories I heard, let's go to London. And I
Yeah,
said, I'll do it too. Yeah. I
amazing.
never regretted it. After 1 year of being here and going home and coming back, I must tell you, my walk along Oxford Street was the most pleasurable thing you could imagine. All the
Yeah.
big shops there, and nowadays you don't want to go down anymore.
It's changed a little bit over the years, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Let me ask you this before we leave you today. When someone finishes the final page of your book, what
yeah.
feeling or message do you hope stays with them long afterward?
Stays with whom?
With the reader, whoever's reading
Oh,
the
sorry,
book.
with the I think if they really enjoy reading it, they can compare with their life maybe and say,
Mm.
let's say she has that and that thing happening to her and she stayed okay. So they can compare themselves what is good for them, what is not so good for them, or was good, yeah, and how their situation is now. And if they keep believing in what they're doing in the soul, I would call it, you have to have a kind of slight religious belief to carry on. Because if you don't believe in someone higher, it's not good. Yeah,
Exactly. Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. It's a great message. It's a great book. Have faith in yourself, have faith in God above, believe in perseverance, believe in resilience. You got this. You can do it. You can go from country to country and make a life for yourself, even at a young age. It is an amazing story. Anything else you want to share with us before we leave you today?
Well, it's not a police story, anything like that. It's real life story. So people, if they read, either they can say, it starts very nicely, very for the child, yeah. And then as it goes on, they can then say, oh, did she really experience that? Carry on, carry on. And she's still fine now, even at that age, which I stopped at 79. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to enjoy it because it's not overdone in lots of horrible things. Certain things that happen in life and you have to overcome them. Yeah. And that's what happened to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. The name of the book is Whispers in the Snow. It is a heartfelt story of resilience, family, faith, and self-discovery. It is a story that reminds us that life's greatest treasures are not found in circumstances, but in the people we love and the character we build along the way. Katharina, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your time, your talent, and the wonderful work you've done on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.
Okay, Mr. Crawford. Thank you.